So let's talk about that and how we can navigate this together as parents, guardians, and caregivers to a lot of stressful children and teens. So first things first, school these days is not the same as how I remembered it or how you remembered it. So we definitely have to approach children and teenagers with different sets of expectations in a world where there's new knowledge and new information available at our fingertips and things keep changing quite quickly and quite fast. Remember, there's a difference between sympathy and empathy as well. I think it's important understanding where kids are coming from, showing active listening, and communicating without any bias or judgment. The challenge with that is that there is quite a bit of cognitive and cultural biases, especially if you're a parent or a caregiver. In a way, even if you have open and honest communication with your kids, you have that space and capacity at home, sometimes your cultural biases, your religious biases, and things that you went through as a child may not necessarily be something that your kids can understand and appreciate. And sometimes that can cause a lot of disconnect, especially if the issues are with the parents themselves or the relationship between the teens and the parents and the expectations that are put on them from an education perspective, a career perspective, and a work perspective. So, as a pediatrician, one of the things that we recommend, for example, for a lot of these kids is having unbiased, unopinionated conversations, and that may be through a professional. So whether that's your guidance counselor or social worker at school, those are very easy points of entry, especially if you're applying to university or college, or if you're having a new job, or there's struggles that you're facing at home. Those can be really good touch points for reference. Now, a pediatrician is a great person to talk to as well. However, you need somebody to drive you there, and that's most likely your parent. So sometimes that may not be the most feasible because you have to see a doctor for that. Ontario has a great resource, which is Bounce Back Ontario. I'll link the description below, but it's basically a self-referral. So if you do have a teenager that needs to talk to somebody in their own time via phone or video, it's very much possible and it's free. Kids Help Phone is always available. The Canadian Mental Health Association is also available for any specific medical conditions that a teenager may have. There's so many things that are happening around the world, and having that one person that can really help guide and navigate your child may be really beneficial for their future successes.